Welcome back, coin collectors, history buffs, and enthusiasts alike. If you're here today, you probably have a keen interest in the fascinating world of coins. And today, we have a special subject to explore: the One Liberty coin of 1975. A coin that carries a rich history, captivating designs, and a value that's evolved over decades. But what makes it so unique? And how much is it worth today in the market? Well, stick with us as we dive deep into the story of this iconic piece of American currency. History of the One Liberty coin, black and white, of the 1970s, showing key moments in U.S. history, transitioning to images of the coin being minted. The One Liberty coin from 1975 was not a typical U.S. minting. In fact, it was part of the commemorative coin series that played a role in honoring the bicentennial anniversary of the United States independence. These coins were minted not just for circulation but as a way to celebrate 200 years of liberty and freedom. But to truly understand its significance, let's first go back to the 1970s. The U.S. Mint released a special set of coins during this time in honor of the 1976 bicentennial celebrations. While most of us remember the 76 bicentennial quarter and half dollar, the One Liberty coin was equally important. Minted in 1975, it was part of a larger series designed to showcase America's rich history, especially commemorating its fight for independence. Origins of the One Liberty coin. The origins of the One Liberty coin are tied closely to the American Revolution and the Liberty Bell, which is widely considered a symbol of American freedom. Although the coin was first authorized by the Coinage Act of 1792, its reissue in 1975 was a part of a commemorative set meant to celebrate the 200th anniversary of American independence. It was specifically designed to honor the legacy of those who fought for liberty and justice. The design of the coin. Let's take a closer look at the design of the 1975 One Liberty coin. This coin features several fascinating elements that resonate deeply with America's past. On the obverse side, the front, we see an image of Lady Liberty in full grandeur. She's portrayed in profile, wearing a Phrygian cap symbolizing freedom while she is surrounded by stars. The cap is a reference to the Liberty hat worn by freed slaves in ancient Rome, tying the coin to an iconic symbol of liberty. The reverse of the coin showcases the Liberty Bell, one of the most famous symbols of the American Revolution. Beneath the bell, we find the phrase E pluribus unum, meaning out of many, one. This phrase has long been associated with the unity of the United States and is a powerful reminder of the nation's founding principles. The One Liberty coin was minted in both proof and uncirculated versions, with varying amounts of each produced depending on demand. The proof versions were specially made with a polished finish, creating a mirror-like effect, while the uncirculated coins were created with a standard finish. The mintages of these two versions would affect their value and rarity in the long run. However, despite the coin's importance, the market for these commemorative coins has fluctuated over time. And that's what makes them so interesting to collectors. Let's look at how the value of the 1975 One Liberty coin has changed over the years. Value and market trends. Like any collector's item, the value of a coin is affected by several factors, including rarity, condition, and demand. When the One Liberty coin was first minted, it had a nominal value $1. But its real value comes from its historical significance, design, and rarity in certain conditions. In the early years, the 1975 One Liberty coin wasn't necessarily seen as a high-value piece. However, as time passed and the interest in bicentennial memorabilia surged in the 1980s and 1990s, the value of these coins began to rise. Today, The price for a single 1975 1 Liberty coin can vary greatly depending on its condition and whether it's a proof or uncirculated version. For a coin in excellent condition, the value can range from $10 to $50, but if it's a proof coin with a limited mintage, you could be looking at values upwards of $200 or more. Certain rare varieties, especially coins with minor minting errors or unique characteristics, can fetch even higher prices at auctions. In recent years, interest in commemorative coins from the 1970s has remained strong. A 1975 Liberty coin in pristine proof condition has sold for as much as $300 to $400 at some major coin auctions, depending on the market and buyer interest. Where to buy and sell the 1975 1 Liberty coins? So, how can you get your hands on one of these rare and valuable coins? Well, they can be found in coin shops, online marketplaces, or at major coin auctions. Websites like eBay, Heritage Auctions, and Stack's Bowers often list these coins for sale, sometimes with certificates of authenticity to verify their condition. If you're buying one for your collection or as an investment, it's important to research the coin's provenance, meaning where it came from, who previously owned it, and whether it's been properly graded. Coins with a professional grade by numismatists, like those from the Professional Coin Grading Service PCGS or Numismatic Guarantee Corporation NGC, tend to have higher market values. In conclusion, the 1 Liberty coin of 1975 is much more than just a piece of currency. It's a rich symbol of America's history and its quest for freedom and unity. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just beginning your journey into the world of numismatics, this coin is an important piece to have in your collection. With its historical significance, beautiful design, and varied market value, the 1975 1 Liberty coin continues to captivate collectors around the world. So, whether you're holding one in your hand or simply fascinated by the story behind it, there's no doubt that this coin holds a special place in American history. Thanks for tuning in to today's deep dive on the 1 Liberty coin of 1975. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more content on coins, history, and valuable collectibles. Let us know in the comments if you have one of these coins or if you're thinking about adding it to your collection. Until next time, happy collecting! Today we're diving deep into the fascinating history of the 1976 1 Liberty coin, a unique piece of American history that has captured the hearts of collectors and history buffs alike. Not only will we explore the origins of this coin, but we'll also talk about its value today, where you can find it, and what makes this coin so special. If you're new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss out on our coin explorations. Now, let's get into the incredible story behind the 1976 1 Liberty coin. Section 1. Introduction to the 1976 1 Liberty coin. The 1976 1 Liberty coin is part of a special edition series released to mark America's bicentennial, the 200th anniversary of the Declaration of Independence. To commemorate this historic milestone, the U.S. Mint produced a special coin design that would become an iconic representation of American freedom and resilience. In 1976, the United States was celebrating 2 centuries of independence, and the country was looking for ways to commemorate the monumental event. The idea of a special coin was born from a desire to honor not just the country's history, but also the spirit of liberty and unity that shaped the nation. But what makes the 1976 1 Liberty coin stand out among all the other coins in American history? Well, the answer lies in its striking design, its place in U.S. history, and its collectible value. let's explore the coin's features and what makes it such a sought-after piece in the numismatic world. Section 2. The design and features of the 1976 One Liberty Coin. The 1976 One Liberty Coin was issued as part of the U.S. Mint's bicentennial coinage program. This series included the bicentennial quarter, half dollar, and dollar, but the One Liberty Coin we're focusing on today is the dollar-sized coin, also known as the Eisenhower dollar. On the obverse side, we have a profile of former President Dwight D. Eisenhower, whose likeness had been featured on the Eisenhower dollar since its introduction in 1971. However, to mark the bicentennial, the reverse side was completely redesigned. Instead of the standard eagle, it features a unique design, a Liberty Bell superimposed over the moon. This design symbolizes both the bicentennial and the recent Apollo 11 moon landing, two significant milestones in American history. The eagle and the Liberty Bell together represent both freedom and achievement. The image of the moon also ties in with America's space exploration achievements, another major triumph of the 20th century. Now, let's talk about the materials and specifications. The 1976 One Liberty Coin was struck in a copper-nickel clad composition. It weighs 22.68 grams, has a diameter of 38.1 millimeters, and a reeded edge. Interestingly, the bicentennial coins were minted in both 40% silver versions for collectors and standard copper-nickel clad versions for circulation. Section 3. The history behind the coin's production. The U.S. Mint began producing the bicentennial coins in 1975. But they were released to the public in 1976, making them part of the bicentennial celebration year. To ensure the coins were truly a reflection of American history, the U.S. Mint held a nationwide competition for the design of the reverse side of the bicentennial quarter, half dollar, and dollar. The design chosen for the dollar coin was the work of a talented artist named Dennis R. Williams. His design was inspired by America's dual focus on liberty and space exploration, which were both defining aspects of the country's history at the time. The reverse side of the coin features the Liberty Bell and a representation of the moon, with the word Liberty clearly displayed above the image. When the 1976 One Liberty Coin was first issued, it quickly became a popular collector's item. The coin was distributed widely, both for circulation and in special proof and uncirculated sets. The bicentennial coins were seen not just as currency, but as symbols of national pride and celebration. It was a time when Americans were looking back at their roots and forward to the future. But the popularity didn't stop there. The 1976 bicentennial coins, including the One Liberty Coin, became part of the larger American numismatic culture. In fact, the One Liberty Coin became the last coin to feature the Eisenhower design before it was replaced by the Susan B. Anthony dollar in 1979. Section 5. Value and rarity of the 1976 One Liberty Coin today. Now, let's get to the real question: what is the value of the 1976 One Liberty Coin today? Well, it depends on a few factors, including the coin's condition, its mint mark, and whether it's part of a proof or uncirculated set. The 1976 One Liberty Coin was minted in massive numbers, with millions being struck in both circulation and proof varieties. Because of this, the coin is not considered rare in its basic form, especially the copper-nickel clad version that was widely circulated. However, coins in mint condition or those with particular characteristics can command a premium price. For example, a 1976 D Denver Mint or 1976 S San Francisco Mint copper-nickel clad coin in uncirculated condition may be worth anywhere between $1 to $5, based on demand and condition. but coins that are in exceptional condition, like those graded by professional grading services, can sell for more. Now, for collectors seeking higher value coins, the silver versions of the 1976 1 Liberty coin are far more valuable. These were produced in limited quantities for collectors, and today they can range in price from $10 to $30 or more, depending on the specific grade and market conditions. And for the rarest of the rare, some proof and uncirculated 40% silver coins, especially those in perfect or near-perfect grades, can fetch much higher prices, sometimes reaching upwards of $100 or even more. Section 6. Collecting tips and where to find the 1976 1 Liberty coin. If you're thinking about adding a 1976 1 Liberty coin to your collection, there are a few things to keep in mind. First, always check the coin's condition. Coins in excellent condition, especially those without any noticeable wear, are more valuable than those that have been circulated heavily. Next, you'll want to look for proof versions, as these are typically more detailed and come in a special presentation case. You can often find these coins at coin shops, online auction sites, or through numismatic dealers who specialize in vintage coins. Another option is to check out local coin shows or online coin auctions. Websites like eBay and Heritage Auctions regularly feature coins like the 1976 1 Liberty coin, where you can potentially find high-grade examples at competitive prices. Section 7. Final thoughts. So, there you have it. The 1976 1 Liberty coin is more than just a piece of currency. It's a symbol of America's rich history, its fight for independence, and its future in space exploration. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, this coin is a must-have for any collection, and its historical significance only adds to its charm. Thanks for watching today's video. If you enjoyed learning about the 1976 1 Liberty coin, don't forget to hit that like button, share the video with your friends, and leave a comment below telling us about your favorite piece of American history. Also, let us know if there are any other coins you'd like us to explore in future videos. Until next time, happy collecting! Today, we have something truly special for all you coin collectors and enthusiasts out there. In this video, we're going to dive deep into the fascinating history of the 1977 D1 Liberty coin. This coin, although often overlooked by casual collectors, holds a wealth of historical significance and mystery. Plus, we'll take a detailed look at its market value today, its unique features, and why it's a must-have for many serious numismatists. So sit back, grab your magnifying glasses, and let's get started. Section 1. Overview of the 1977 D1 Liberty coin. The 1977 D1 Liberty coin appears on screen, spinning slowly to reveal its front and back. The 1977 D1 Liberty coin, produced by the U.S. Mint, is part of the ongoing series of American coins minted each year, but it's unique in its design and the stories surrounding it. The D in the coin's name refers to the mint mark, indicating that this particular coin was struck at the Denver Mint. But what makes this coin stand out among others, and why are so many collectors interested in it? Let's break it down. First off, let's talk about the design. The 1977 D1 Liberty coin is technically a Washington quarter, so it shares the same iconic features of other quarters minted around this time. On the front, you'll find the image of George Washington, the first President of the United States. This depiction, designed by John Flanagan, is recognizable to anyone who's seen a U.S. quarter before. It shows Washington in profile, facing left, with the legend Liberty arching above his head and the date 1977 below it. Flipping the coin over, we see the reverse side, which features an eagle in flight, with its wings outstretched. The eagle is clutching arrows and an olive branch, a symbol of strength and peace. Above the eagle, we read United States of America, and below, E pluribus unum, which translates to out of many, one. And of course, the denomination, quarter dollar, is clearly visible. From a design perspective, the 1977 D1 Liberty coin doesn't differ much from other quarters of the era. However, its unique characteristics and the specific circumstances surrounding its minting give it a much deeper value than what's immediately apparent. But before we jump into the historical context and market value, let's first take a look at the historical background that led to the creation of this coin. Section 2. Historical context of the 1977 coin. To understand the significance of the 1977 D coin, we need to take a step back in time. The 1970s was a turbulent decade for the United States, marked by economic challenges, political unrest, and changes in the cultural landscape. In 1977, Jimmy Carter was sworn in as the 39th President of the United States, bringing with him a fresh approach to government and policy. It was also a time of economic uncertainty, as the country struggled with inflation, a rising energy crisis, and the aftermath of the Vietnam War. During this period, coins were still made primarily from silver and copper, and the Washington quarter, first introduced in 1932 to commemorate George Washington's 200th birthday, had undergone several changes over the years, with its design remaining relatively consistent. However, by the mid-70s, the U.S. Mint had started experimenting with different metals for coinage due to the rising costs of silver. This would eventually lead to the composition changes in the 1980s. The 1977 D quarter was part of a steady series of minting, and while the design didn't change dramatically, there was a particular level of interest surrounding the minting process at the Denver Mint. The coin was minted in large quantities, and it's often viewed as one of those transitionary pieces in U.S. coinage, leading up to the eventual changes in materials that would affect quarters, dimes, and other coins. Section 3. Value and Rarity. The video transitions to a coin market display with charts showing value trends. Now, let's talk about the coin's value and rarity. When you think of a 1977 D1 Liberty coin, you might assume that it's a standard Washington quarter, worth around 25 cents. After all, it's in circulation and doesn't look particularly different from other quarters of the same era. But here's where things get interesting. The market value of this coin is highly dependent on its condition, rarity, and specific characteristics. A variety of 1977 D quarters in different conditions from worn to mint condition are shown. If you find a 1977 D quarter in average circulated condition, it's not going to fetch much more than its face value, maybe around 25 to 50 cents, if that. However, as with most coins, condition is everything. A coin that has been well preserved, one that has avoided wear and tear, can fetch much higher prices. The coin is zoomed in with magnification, highlighting details like the luster, edges, and features. Coins that are in mint condition, especially those with a sharp, clean strike and minimal wear, can be worth anywhere from $5 to $15. However, if the coin has been graded as MS-65 or higher by professional grading services like the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation (NGC) or the Professional Coin Grading Service (PCGS), it could easily sell for upwards of $20 or more. As of recent trends, these coins are mostly found in collectors' hands, and their value has been steadily increasing as more people begin to appreciate the historical and numismatic value they hold. Transitions to show the most expensive auctions for 1977 D quarters. For those truly rare, uncirculated coins with near-perfect grading, you could see prices hit the $30 to $50 range, with some auction prices reaching even higher, especially if the coin is tied to a special collection or has a unique provenance. Section 4. Factors affecting the value. A graph showing the rise and fall of coin values in the past few years. So, what factors drive the value of a 1977 D1 Liberty coin? There are several key elements that contribute to its market price. Transitions to a pie chart listing the factors: condition, rarity, grading, and demand. Point 1. Condition. As mentioned earlier, the better the condition, the higher the value. Coins in pristine, uncirculated condition are more highly sought after by collectors. Point 2. Rarity. While the 1977D is not an inherently rare coin, certain varieties, like those with specific die markings or errors, can fetch a premium price. Point 3. Grading. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with higher grades representing superior quality. A professional grading service can accurately determine the value of the coin based on its grade. Point 4. Demand. Ultimately, market trends, collector interest, and overall demand for specific coins affect their value. While Washington quarters are quite common, certain years and mint marks, like the 1977D, can become more desirable over time. Section 5. Conclusion and tips for collectors. The host is standing in front of a table with various U.S. coins on display. So, there you have it, a detailed look at the 1977 D1 Liberty coin, its history, design, and its place in the world of coin collecting. If you're looking to add one to your collection, be sure to check the coin's condition carefully. Look for any wear, scratches, or discoloration that might affect its value, and consider having it professionally graded if you think it's in top condition. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the 1977 D1 Liberty coin, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more detailed coin discussions. And if you have any questions or want to share your own coin collecting experiences, leave a comment below. Until next time, happy collecting!